You got the pommel striking there, or if you were pommel striking on top, that's what they get to see as you're coming down, or if you were coming back out. Hey everyone, welcome back. Tom Zakvea back again for Kult of Athena with another blade review for you. Today we have the Albion Earl sword with the black leather grip. All right, so we have a 48-inch overall length from the pommel all the way to the tip. This is a very long sword, pun intended. It's a two-handed sword. And we have a blade length itself of 37 inches. Notice the diamond cross section we have here. Very pronounced, very aggressive diamond cross section. That is to keep the blade rigid. So if you are making impact with it, don't worry, Ali, I'm not going to cut you. You're making impact with it on the slashing, on the thrusting, the vibration of it, the blade is less likely to snap. Especially this being Albion, I'm not really too worried about it snapping. So if it's next to me, yeah, it's definitely a two-handed sword. Notice the grip, black leather grip right here, has a very similar cross section to the blade itself, allowing you to present the second knuckle lining. And if I put the other hand on there for two-handed grip, you'll see you got plenty of room. It can be maneuvered. I want to make sure I'm on Ollie's way. You can maneuver with one hand. It's pretty heavy. I believe this is closer to about 3 pounds, so it's pretty heavy to, be wielding it with one hand, but you can. Notice the guard, it's wavy. We have a wavy hand guard here. That way, if there is a bind of some sort, you're allowing the thumb and the wrist to be protected here. Same if you are over the top. I'm not an expert in longsword. This is what I see when I see people sparring with it. So definitely nice to be able to keep your hands. Steel quality, 6150 high carbon steel. It's a very standard steel that Albion uses for all their blades. Notice that it's glossy. That's just the oil that is applied to make sure that there's no corrosion or rusting when being stored. What I really like about this blade is also the pommel. The beautiful pommel. So we have it over 3 pounds, 2.9 ounces. Point of balance is about 4 inches from the guard. I have to be very careful with this because this is really sharp. Oh, look at that, first try, almost. There we go. As you can see, pretty close to the guard. This would lead me to believe, especially for the time period that was used, and just look at the blade shape itself, you have a very capable sword for thrusting. If you had gauntlets on, I could see that you'd be able to half sword with it. I'm gonna try to not touch this thing as much as I can because it's very expensive, but you get the point. Let's get a better look at the handle now. The actual grip length of this black leather gripped handle is 7 5/8 inches. So Albion very tightly wraps these with birch wood underneath for the core of the handle. That way it's very versatile. It's easy to keep its shape in different climates. The pommel is peened. You can barely see it. Actually, you literally can almost not see it at all, but it's basically seamless. So we take another close-up look at the handle. What I really like about the handle is the actual shape of it. Notice that it's not a rounded handle. It's a diamond, pretty much a diamond-shaped handle. It matches the diamond cross-section on the blade, so it allows you to slide the hand in and present the second knuckle lining pretty much perfectly. The bottom part of the handle, so we have that full grip on top, presenting the second knuckle line right there. Okay, and then the bottom hand, you'll notice it tapers down and it's more rounded. I believe that's for different types of manipulation, so that it's easier for you to steer it basically with the rear hand. For longsword, I always compare it, the manipulation to it, I always compare it to the short spear, because looking at the length of it without dropping this on the floor, anything at the plexus height, like from the ground to the plexus. In Kali, at least, we categorize it as the short spear or the sebot. So when I see a weapon like this, I think about how this would apply primarily on the thrust. I know you can slash with it, it's a double-edged sword, but you know, for me personally, to understand how the weapon works, I like to be able to compare that from a source that I'm familiar with. Come down to the blade again. We'll see Albion's logo stamped into there. You can see that very aggressive diamond cross section once again. So let's get a really close-up look at the blade. I really want you guys to see what I'm seeing on these. You'll notice there's a little indentation to separate the grip for however you'd like to grip the weapon. You have that beautiful crossguard, kind of like a snake as it comes around. So notice from the grip up front, it's more of like a long point position, what it looks like. More on top. Side. See, even one-handed, you may not use it primarily like this, but you can see how well balanced it is. For a lot of other swords of this length, this would be extremely difficult, but even this being over 3 pounds, I'm still able to go into the thrust, into the slash very smoothly. And I can't take all the credit, it's also the sword itself. Awesome. So very nice grip. I really like, I have to stress it again, I really like that the grip is not rounded, because that cutting edge alignment is so critical to having precision in your striking. We know that across every weapon category, that the more round a handle is, the harder it is to line up from the edge to the knuckle line. But with this, you just grab it and you're right on line there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this look at the Albion Earl sword with the black leather grip. If you notice, when you click the link below to check out the Albion Earl sword at cultofathena.com, you'll see that they also have different leather wraps available. You can get red, and I think you can get green as well, and also black. There's a few other options that are available for you on our website. And again, I made it super easy for you. Just click the link below if you're interested in purchasing this one. The great thing about Kult of Athena is that you can actually put down a small percentage for the sword so they can start making it. You can pay in increments up to 6 to 8 months. So as they're making the sword, because all Albions are made to order, it's very uncommon that they have stock. It gives you time to invest in the sword and pay it off progressively. But I will tell you that Albions, you know, they're worth it, man. They're worth the investment. Same with a blade like Arms and Armor, one of their higher priced ones. Dude, they have serious quality control on these. That's what you get for going through the historic text and basing your products off of that. So, awesome. So if you enjoy this review, comment below, share it if you would like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hope to talk to you soon.